somebody sent this to me. It's from Ab and Preach, and it says TikTok banned us for this. Well, it went viral anyway. And LGBTQ had creators respond. I don't know what that means. LGBTQ had creators respond. Like, I would imagine that LGBTQ creators may have responded if they felt it was, you know, I don't know, some kind of phobic. But the wording makes it seem like the LGBTQ, like the entity itself, had people respond. It's probably just like shaving off words for the sake of actually fitting it into the title, but let's see what we got here.
This video is brought to you by Surfshark.
Today's topic, so somebody sent me some link
Surfshark anti-LGBTQ? Just kidding.
to some TikToks that had us in it, and I thought it was interesting.
Okay.
Because this very TikTok is the one that got us banned. But apparently it's made the rounds on TikTok a little bit. I want to see it.
Well, that's just stupid then.
TikTok will ban you for a lot. Listen, man, I've been there. I got banned from TikTok. That's all I gotta say. You know, I don't know if you guys know this. I've never talked about this, but I used to have 2.4 million followers, and I was verified. And they banned me, dude. I made some edgy content. Not all of it I'm proud of, but it's crazy because like I got banned, like 30 of my videos got pulled down at once because they changed the rules. They made it like, I think they made people more sensitive to reports because they wanted to be more advertiser friendly. So they that was like 2 years ago, man. But you know what? We're doing well, so it's okay.
Let's watch it.
Oh, why is it muted? What's happening here?
Let's watch it.
Is this just, did they just edit this? Forget to edit this in there?
Would you?
Okay, that was a little bit of a weird editing thing. Okay. Okay. It's funny. This video is like 4 or 5 years old, I think, from this person. I wanted to find the original video, but I couldn't. So, unfortunately.
You date a trans person?
No.
I would, yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't. I'm married, but.
Sorry, but that's pretty discriminatory. It's
Ooh, is it? What's the definition of discriminatory? Discrimination. The unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the victim grounds of race, age, or sex. I mean, like, bro, like, there's plenty of reasons to maybe not want to date a trans person, and that's okay. As long as you're not disrespectful about it. You know, you don't need to be going around being like, ew, disgusting. That would be transphobic. But if you're just like, yeah, no, thank you. It's not my preference. That's perfectly respectable. Maybe you want to have kids and you may not be able to have kids dating a trans person. It's not respectable. You know, whatever. Maybe you don't, maybe as a man, maybe you're not a big fan of wee-wee. You know, there's nothing wrong with a cute girl penis, but it's not for everybody. You know? It's okay. As long as you're not disrespectful about your preferences, who cares?
It's not. It's officially not. And it's not even transphobic if you're not into somebody because they're transgender.
Okay,
Nobody
cool.
on this planet has to explain why they're interested in a certain demographic. And
True.
that includes race, gender, body type, anything. You don't have to explain why you're attracted to that. Some people
True.
like big titties. Some people like small titties.
True.
Some people like dick. Some people don't. Some people like feminine dick. Some people
True. Based.
don't.
We're done.
Based.
Ah,
We're
there you
done.
go. Yeah, okay.
Facts.
We're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
The verdict.
All right, what's this video about then?
You guilty of spitting facts. Congratulations.
I haven't.
I gotta watch this thing.
The fuck you want me to say?
You did it.
Bing's dot said everything.
Not gonna lie.
That's not what I was expecting.
Don't know what feminine dick is. Not
It's a girl penis, bro. Come on. You've never seen a cute feminine penis before?
gonna lie. Don't want to know. Not gonna lie. That speech was fire. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
It's all about how you swing and what you care about. I just think it's kind of funny that you're trying to perpetuate the bullshit that it's discriminatory or transphobic for you to not be attracted to a trans individual, is because literally no other demographic ever does that when it comes to sex.
Well, I see some race baiters that are like, if you wouldn't like Aunt Karen, who criticized like a guy, it was a white guy who went to like every state and dated a girl in every state, and they all happen to be white because, you know, I guess that's his preference. And then, you know, she basically insinuated he was racist. I wonder if that content creator who made that original video changed their mind like 4 years later. You know what I mean? Because we've all gone to that point where we've gotten a little bit suspicious, like a character from Among Us. And it is what it is, man. And you know, sometimes I wonder if they're like, I wonder if I went a little bit too far. You know?
Someone with big tits doesn't say you're discriminating on me because I have big tits.
Not
People
true.
that are gay don't even say that.
The problem with dating girls with big tits is they have back problems all the time because they're so big. They're lobbing them forward, and then they basically they tap out by the time they're like 40 or 50. Oh, I got back problems. It's like, oh, geez, you know what I mean? Listen, if I'm gonna have a girl with back problems, it's because I want to blow her back out, not because her tits are so big they're pulling her back into fucking oblivion. They're giving her like spina bifida or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody says that. Why are I don't get it. Besides, if somebody is clearly exclaiming that they're not interested in you because you're transgender, then go find somebody else because they clearly don't like all of who you are, and you should put the standard up a little bit and find somebody that likes you for everything.
Yeah, true, man. It's one of those weird things where it's almost like some people try to shame people into wanting to date them. It's like, oh, weird to me. It's like, oh, if you wouldn't date a trans person, you're transphobic. It's like, why do you want to shame somebody who's not attracted to you into being attracted to you? It's kind of bizarre.
Shut it off. We're done.
Why do they live in like a fucking haunted mansion? Jesus, it's like floorboards are so creaky.
Shut it off. You said today's topic. What topic?
They have like fucking bubble wrap on the fucking floor.
What topic?
Bro, you want to know why Abin Preach put this video out? Because there's been nothing to talk about lately. Okay, that's the reality. And I don't blame him at all. This video is totally fine. But bro, it hasn't been a whole lot to talk about lately. It's been so fucking boring, dude. So it's like, we got, come up with that video topic, But hopefully they shouted out the creator. Oh, did they? Oh, that's unfortunate. They didn't put the creator who put that up there in their description. That would have been nice. Especially since they're speaking fire.
Just want to appreciate.
Motherfuckers just smirked it. What the fuck do you want?
I just want to appreciate this has been on for a couple months. And this is a video that we got banned for.
What's fucked up is
why did they get banned from TikTok for that video? When did they is the better question.
other people are making money and are being able to comment on that while that's the fucked up part. The rest, you said what you said.
I mean, shout outs.
The floorboards are integral to their videos. You think so? Okay.
Shout outs to you.
Shout outs to they.
Shout outs to they. Hey, shout outs to Ye. It's Ye West, not Ye West, guys. I made that one. I got that wrong a few times.
You said what you said. Shout out to that person.
They done did it. You know what I mean?
Shout out to that person. But it's just fucked up that one video get banned and other people. Okay, cool. So they comment. All right. It depends who comments on it. Is that what it is? Anyways, carry on.
Hey, sometimes you.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because I've said this all the time, dude. Like, some people will put up some raunchy shit and, like, nobody will report them. But I'll put something up that's not even close to as raunchy and they'll take my shit down. I don't know. Maybe it's because they remember who I am, but I don't think anybody remembers who I am on TikTok. Like, I'm not that important. I was like a brief moment into 2021 or 2020 or whatever. So nobody really knows who I am. I think maybe it's just because they look at me and go like, "Ew, this guy looks gross" or something. I don't know. They're just afraid of me. I don't know what it is.
You want to watch
because I'm pretty sure it's based primarily on the number of reports, not actually any type of like community guidelines thing in any precise manner. They don't really care. If you get enough reports on a thing, they'll just take it down and they don't give a shit because they're trying to maintain advertisers. They don't care about anything else.
certain videos from other countries, and you can because your country is not allowed. I know. Well, you need to get yourself a VPN changer.
Yeah. Get that VPN, guys. Okay. All right.
And you will enjoy all the content that you want.
Would you date a trans person? No. I'm sorry, but
I look so different there, bro. I look exactly the same as I used to. That's what's crazy. You know what I mean? I'll show you an older picture of Papa got. So this is probably my best picture of me. Right there. Perfect. Beautiful stuff. I look exactly the same.
that's pretty discriminatory.
No, it's not. It's not discriminatory, it's not transphobic, and it's not prejudice. It's a preference. I prefer people with ginger hair. My girlfriend's ginger, but you won't call me gingerphobic
Gross.
if I didn't want to date her because she's ginger. Literally a false narrative. Like, just stop. I am trans. We all know this. If someone told me that they didn't want to date me because I'm trans, that's completely fine to me. Don't get me wrong, because I do understand why some people do get upset by it. But
Well, I mean, I understand why people get upset by it. It's upsetting. You're born in the wrong body in some capacity, and you're going through your struggle. You're living your best life, and somebody's like, I kind of think that's gross, and it's like, damn, that would suck. Or like, oh, excuse me, they'd be like, sorry, that was a little rude. I think that's like some people do feel that way, but not me. Anyway, all right, I'm with it. All right, just look at my Pornhub history, Anyway, all jokes aside, people, it's like, oh, I'm not attracted to you, and it's like it's a shitty feeling. In general, it's a shitty feeling for people to not feel attracted to you. You know,
It's not.
Probably a homophobic question, but I don't mean it to be. But is it gay to date a trans person? Because I mean, I would, but my brother said that it is, but I also heard others say it's not. All right, so listen. When it comes to this question, this is the greatest question of our generation. When it comes to this question, I think that a lot of it's open to a different interpretation based on like who you are. Personally, I don't really think that it matters if something is gay or straight or whatever. Who really cares? I mean, as long as you're comfortable, be comfortable. If you're attracted to somebody, just be proud of it. You know what I mean? That's what a real man does. Just, who cares? You know, don't care about what other people think. Personally, as a man, if I was to date a trans woman and they had a wee-wee, I would think it's a little gay to suck the pee-pee. It's a girl's pee-pee, but pee-pees are usually boy things. So it's, you know what I mean? So it's like 5%. It's a little bit. That being said, who cares if it is or if it isn't, you know? Other people will disagree with me. That's fine for them to disagree with me, you know? But this is the thing. It's even gayer to suck a dildo on a woman, a strap-on, as a man. Because at least when you're sucking a pee-pee, you're satisfying a woman. A trans woman's pee-pee, you're satisfying a woman. If you suck on a dildo, she's not getting satisfaction out of it. All right, you're just sucking off pee. That's gay. So yeah, that's it, man. That's it. You know,
Not transphobic. Like, stop trying to make people feel bad because they just don't want to date you. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I personally wouldn't date a trans person either.
Wrap it up. Wrap this shit up. Ooh. The only thing I'm pissed about is people being able to make because people are trans, they're able to make comments on that video, but we can't. That's the only thing that gets me.
That's crazy because it's like we're being told, you and I are being told we are somehow discriminatory because we're not just open to it. We're not open to it.
But they say the same speech without video and it's fine. That's what gets me. Not even their speech. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to
that's because the people, so this is the thing. It's because the people who watch that video that disagree with you, they're probably racist and afraid of black people, just like all the progressive, like left-leaning 13 to 14-year-old boys and girls are on TikTok and non-binaries, and they're afraid because they see two black guys talking about something and they go, ah! And no, man, but it really is just like it's up to the audience. If they don't receive you well, then like, you know what I mean? Like they'll just ban you off the app. Because again, it's up to what the audience thinks about something. TikTok cares too much about what people think. Whereas like, look at YouTube. Like, yeah, there's times where there's huge like pressure leveraged against a particular act. Like when Ethan, you know, made some incredibly intense jokes. And you know what? Justified that he got banned for it. But like, it's usually only when we're hitting an extreme. This is just like, oh, the person didn't like the creator, or people didn't like the creator, so they reported it. Boom, done. And TikTok doesn't care to defend it because they only care about money. All they're doing is they're just leaning into people's feelings that they can remove something from the internet. It's a reason why I don't like TikTok. It's not a bad. It would be cool if I was able to like exist on that platform. But it's just unfortunate it doesn't work out. I don't know. Or maybe it's because like my IP or something, they know it's from a place where I previously got an account banned, so they're more sensitive to it. But again, when I got banned the first time, I was still able to log in, and I could, when I was banned, it was so bizarre. But like I could see 30 videos from like 6 months ago plus were taken down, and I'm pretty sure they shifted to lean more into people like reporting, like a different like a reporting let's say percentage or ratio, to make that's what they would do to remove something rather than actually engaging and being like, okay, this content is good or bad or et cetera, you know?
The first person and the second person. Shout out to them. What really gets me is really that. So you shut off the whole account because we said that and we sis. But you, oh, wow.
That's so crazy to me.
Wow.
That's so crazy. But that's just the way it works on these platforms.
Are we still?
That account's been dead. We haven't been able to repost on it. So it is what it is. It's interesting how that works. And you see that the moderation on these platforms are full of shit.
Because they don't have any.
That's what it is. Because this video is still up there and a bunch of people posted it, and these are big numbers that they're getting. But we posted the same thing. The original.
Bro, there's like edgy accounts, like unironically, with like the like fucking people saying like the N word. Like it's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Like the differences are fucking bananas, bro. It's incredible. It's all. I don't understand it. I truly don't understand it.
Original one, and then we got banned for it. It's
and
stupid.
They get numbers. It's funny how gender changes sits away. Gang, gang.
I don't think it's like a gender thing, but okay. I don't know.
That's what it is.
Bruh.
Is that what it is? That
and what's wild is I've heard a lot of trans
numbers. It's funny how gender changes sits away. Gang, gang.
And what's
I don't know. I don't get the joke. I'm white.
wild is I've heard a lot of trans people say that. Like they wouldn't date. It's fine.
No.
Some people are open to it. Some people are into it. Okay. Keep it pushing.
Jesus fuck.
Why would anybody want to try to change people's minds? Just who cares? Move on.
I think that like when it comes down to it, if we focus less on like would you fuck a trans person, and focus more on just accepting trans people, more people will start to like be attracted to trans people. You know what I mean? Like if it's a more normalized thing in society of like, oh, this exists, we understand it a little better, and there's probably more people will be open to dating them. But if you just like barrage them at the gate, it makes no sense, right? It's like instead of aiming for the outcome of people, the outcome. I don't know why I quoted quotes, but instead of aiming for the outcome, instead of attacking the outcome, oh, you should want to date a trans person, calling someone transphobic. Just like work through the original stuff of like getting people to understand why trans people are trans in the first place, like the struggle that goes along with that, shit like that, and then people will be like, "Oh, okay, I get it now. It's less weird to me because I understand it better." And then you'll see more people that'll want to date them, trans people. It'll be all cool. That's why you got to start with that. Start with the beginning, start point, entry point. Don't start with like the fucking the crazy shit there, you know.
But would you feel the same if someone said they didn't want to date a black? Yeah, I would. I don't care. Go do whatever you want to do.
That person doesn't want to date me because I'm black. That person's
yeah.
You should date me. Now I'm gonna want to date a person. What the fuck
They censored racist.
is wrong with you?
I don't even think it makes
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't even think it makes.
Fuck is wrong
What's
with
happening?
you?
It doesn't make them.
What words are we using? I can't put it together.
You want to date someone that doesn't want to date you?
Yes.
What the fuck?
There you go.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What we need.
That's true. I do want to date someone who doesn't want to date me. I want to date let me see if I can get her name. Yeah, Lindsay Shaw. That's who. She doesn't want to date me, but Lindsay Shaw. Listen, Mosby from Net. First of all, I don't actually want to date them because I'm married. I really mean that. But I mean, like, this is my celebrity crush. Everybody has one. My wife was like, "Oh, Post Malone," but Malone and fucking Adam Driver. This is mine. It's because she's attractive, and then she's also fucking crazy. That's part of it. I don't know. I'm attracted to fucking crazy women. So
To get away from like, oh, you're somehow kind of like some problematic person. No, not everyone has to be open to everything. Keep it pushing.
True.
It's crazy in this thing with like body autonomy and your choice is your choice and you can fucking abort babies and do all this other stuff. Okay, great. Okay. Give up your baby for you do whatever the fuck you want. It's your body. You can do anything. You say, I don't want to give it up to these kind of people. Oh, we got a problem now. What? What are we even talking about right now? But you can't say this online in public because the way the narrative works is that's a problem for some reason. And it's such a stupid point.
I think it's changing a lot. I mean, I know like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that was a huge thing. At this point, though, I think most of that discourse is like dead and gone. Like you still hear a couple people here and there, but for the most part, we've gotten over like that 2020 fucking insanity, and we're kind of like a little more balanced at this point. You know what I mean?
You know, like there are a couple of cultural talking points that are so fucking stupid and just need to be let go. That if folks let them go, acceptance would come much easier because some of it is ridiculous. You want to be called whatever pronoun? Absolutely fine. You want to use? I don't care. You want to get medical treatment as a side? That's fine with me. I don't care. I support it. I hope you get it.
All right. A pretty based progressive take. Respect trans people. Call them whatever they want to be called. You know. And help them get access to medical care. We really need to We really need to do something about medical care, bro. I was talking about this before the segment started, bro. My wife and I had to re-up our insurance this year for her job, and the insurance, her job's covering drastically less. We used to pay $300 a month for really solid insurance. It's going up to $1,300 a month. So we have to get worse insurance. That's $450 a month or $500 something a month. We have to hit a $5,000 deductible before we get coverage. It's fucking nuts. We need to get some kind of universal health care, bro. It's fucking insane.
But the whole sports thing, and like, if you don't want to date me, bruh, you losing people. You are now trying to govern people's minds to tell them what they should and shouldn't want to fuck. And you think you're going to garner support? That's the kind of stuff that turns people off completely. It's not. And the fact that people can't say this shit openly without being banned, or without like some news agency saying, oh, we don't support this kind of... What are you talking about? What are we even talking about? And this is the kind of stuff that makes people look at the Western world like goofy-ass motherfuckers. It is weird.
I will say that in general, when it comes to other people looking at the Western world, they're just going like, oh, you think gay people shouldn't be killed? You're weird. Because like there's a lot of countries that are incredibly regressive. Like I don't like they would say that's weird as well, but I think for the most part, you know, when it comes to the non-Western world, they're just like, ew, gay people should be in jail. Because that's a lot how it is in a lot of non-Western places. Like I don't think that's quite, you know. I personally don't care about what the non-Western world thinks of America when it comes to like our social norms in this capacity. You know, give us your oil and shut up. Just nah, but you know, I just don't like that. I just find the general talk point, not when it comes to what they're talking about, but the general talking point of like the non-Western world's like laughing at us. Oh, the non-Western world's better. Like a lot of people are platforming them, and they're not. They haven't presented, but there's a lot of people who are, and it's like, bro, like shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not applying to these two. I'm just making a fundamental argument.
Yeah. I think it's dope that these people said it and that they said it so bluntly, and it's great to see folks from that community be able to talk about this stuff, because like if I say anything, it's like, well, you don't realize the kind of internalized trans. What the fuck are you talking about? Everyone's transphobic. You just don't realize it.
Maybe. Isn't it weird though? Because like I understand the really deep woke argument of like everybody's, because I think everybody's prejudiced in some capacity. We all have like a little bit of hate in our hearts, and it's good to work through that. But I mean, I feel like most of it's not poorly intentioned. You know, I've said some ignorant shit, but I didn't realize why I was ignorant. You know what I mean? Like people, like I think, like maybe there are some people who wouldn't date a trans person, and it's because they aren't comfortable with trans people, and you could argue that that's some form of a prejudice. But like they have no hate for that group; they just might have some prejudice. Like I was saying before, if we just as a society kind of like accept these things better and educate better, the people will be more open to dating trans people. You know what I mean?
Even these trans people are. Oh my god. Okay, but I'm glad you guys can talk about it.
I do want to say one thing, and this might be a little transphobic, okay? And I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm sorry. Personally, I would date if I wasn't married. I would date and I would marry mostly trans woman, right? I don't know if I'd be into like a trans guy. It's kind of gay, you know what I mean? But in my opinion, and I'm sorry, but I don't, for me, what's the point in dating a trans woman without a nice feminine penis? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? You know, I'm just saying, that's just me personally. I'm sorry if that's offensive to anybody. But, it's the best of both worlds. You know, because vaginas are disgusting. They're dirty. Inside your body. That's a opened wound that's always in your body. Always open. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's gross. Meanwhile, a pee-pee, much better. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Based, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that no more. If you could use...
What they say?
People are, oh my god, okay. But I'm glad you guys can talk about it.
Why didn't I play something for speed?
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm not mad about that no more. If you could use your trans privilege to be talk about the message, well, the message goes on, then I'm fine. They're using their privilege out. The message is out there. Shit, they're using their trans privilege.
Yeah, we should be able to say this shit publicly. It's not a big deal. It's not like I go out of my way.
The trans privilege for saying that, I guess. I mean, like obviously anybody should be able to talk about these things. But like every group gets a privilege within their own. First of all, TikTok is just incredibly sensitive to reporting shit. It's not TikTok. It's like the people who report it. And there's probably like a lot of young people who are obnoxious and annoying. So they try to gatekeep everything on the app. Second of all, I think every group generally has a privilege of talking about or every marginalized group has the privilege of talking about their own marginalized group in a way that's like more honest. Or because you're part of that group. Like a gay or in this case, like a trans person and a non-trans person could say have the same reasonable take on a trans issue, and the trans person will be taken more seriously because it's considered like in their sphere. A black person and a white person could have the same take, but it would be considered like more palatable because like from a black person because like it's in their own sphere kind of a thing. That's just like a general thing. I don't know if I'd call that a trans privilege. I mean, I guess it's kind of like an LGBTQ privilege, but it's like the same. It's like the same thing, you know? Right? You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know?
Way to say this shit, I don't care. So I see people say stuff like, "Oh, you're a phobe or something," because you're not down. Then I'm like, no, I gotta say it. But me saying it make it sound like I really care that deep. Like I've never talked about this in real life or had these conversations anywhere else. And it's not even like a video topic. But I see this like viral video going around with her spreading this kind of bullshit, and people in the comments be like, "Yeah, this is a problem." I see Reddit posts of people being guilt tripped and called like all kinds of crazy names because they're not open. I'm like, what the?
That's your problem for being on Reddit, bro. You might as well be diagnosed with mental disorder at this point if you're gonna be on fucking Reddit.
Fuck is that? Is this like a common thing in some circles? No, this is retard talk.
Whoa! Can't say that word.
Remedial retard. I don't care, bro. Whatever. It's like this is dumb.
Damn, bro. Come on. Listen, I slip and I say it from time to time in my personal life. I'm not proud of it. I'm trying so hard to stop using that word because it is so offensive to people with like intellectual and developmental disabilities, especially people who are like very affected by them. You know what I mean? We have a lot of people I think nowadays with like different intellectual or different disabilities, like myself, like ADHD, OCD, all that, all that great stuff. But like I'm not somebody who would really be like affected by it. I'm, for lack of a better term, like high functioning, right? High functioning, but I don't know. There's a lot of people who really don't like that word. I've talked to some people with Down syndrome. They don't like it. I always say, watch the Jubilee video about Down syndrome. It's an incredible watch. You guys know my wife works with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, so it's been a journey of just realizing I had a prejudice against those people. I thought that they weren't people. I know that sounds so horrible, and I hate saying it, but like I feel like it's a teaching moment because it took me a lot to come to that realization. And then I came to it, I'm like, fuck, I hate that, and I've been really trying not to use that word. So I would just recommend trying not to use it. It's a little disrespectful, very disrespectful. It can be. I know that they don't necessarily mean it with disrespect towards a group of people, but like, I think that probably the only marginalized group that doesn't have a lot of like online or advocacy space is people with like the intellectual and developmental disabilities, because like they're not usually on online spaces a lot in the same way, and sometimes they can have difficulty expressing themselves. So, you know what I mean? What if you're not directing it towards them? I don't know. Apply the same logic to the N-word, like, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, right. So like, it's the reason we don't care about that word as much is because we don't value people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in society to the same way. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying, bro. It's not bad to be a little bit sensitive with that. It's a bad boy word. That's how I like it. You want to use it, be my guest, but I personally like to advocate against its usage.
You have to date them.
I just think it was crazy. I was watching these videos and I was like, I can't believe these are still up, and we've been banned for months for this one video. Yeah. It's so crazy to me. But maybe you guys feel differently. That's TikTok. It is what it is. Whatever. I know it's skin off my back. Let us know what you guys think.
My God.
Yeah, we're rising TikTok hatred, baby. That's all I got out of that video. Fuck TikTok. Fucking in its butt.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.